Ain't gonna irritate me, but
Yes. You know. No. You want something to
He wants somebody.
Sean, welcome to the Antonio Parkinson Project. Today, we are talking Trump and the Epstein files. I can't even get it out. Also, sibling beef between Glorilla and her sister. Also, man, what's up with the Memphis Grizzlies? And we got the Memphis mayor, Paul Young, in the building, baby.
What up?
So y'all don't go anywhere. Hit that subscribe button. We'll be right back. You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Mute Instagram on the computer. Mute it. All right. Okay. We're back. Give me a countdown because Josh again. Josh with his doggone countdown. Wait a minute. Hold up, y'all. This is the beauty of live television. We don't care.
Really?
your show, man.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Countdown 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Antonio Parkinson Project. You're watching the fastest growing and the award-winning virtual podcast. Memphis market. Let's go, baby. Give it up for that. Yes, indeed. We are the best in black in Memphis for podcasts. The best. There's only one best. Oh yeah, thank you, Josh, for that delayed clap. We appreciate that. Y'all give it up for my lovely co-host Angelica Jelly Woods in the building. She's here, y'all.
Man, you gotta do better than that.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, see, all right.
Got Beyonce on.
Beyonce.
There always got to be a hater amongst you. Just let me be great. Thank you.
We're letting you be great. You know, with your blonde, you got your blonde going on, and you know, making it happen.
Let them hate on your shine.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Mayor. She's gonna turn on you at some point. She's been on all of us, right?
It's coming. You ain't exempt. I'm just joking, Mr. Mayor.
I can handle it.
Been on one. Y'all give it up for my DJ. That's my DJ. DJ Kojak in the
Say
building. Yeah. And in the building today,
Come on.
we got the mayor of Memphis, none other than Paul Young. He's in the building. Okay, the finest, baby.
Glad to be here, man. Glad to be here. Is it just 3? I thought it'd been 4.
Yeah, I think this is the third one.
Okay.
This is the third one. Yeah.
That's mayor.
Yeah.
Because I've been on here before when I was mayor. Yeah.
Right, that's right. And welcome back to the show, man.
Thank you for being glad to be here.
We got a packed show, planned for everyone. A lot going on. Angelica's been hustling Girl Scout cookies, and she's been taking all her money. And you want a girl?
Oh, no.
Yes,
Man,
my bonus baby is a Girl Scout. Yes, I've been slanging them cookies. Thank you.
Got to.
Yeah, thank you.
I've gotten a few texts from folks.
Yeah.
Selling them.
Between that and popcorn.
Yep.
I'm so tired of that popcorn.
Man, I like the popcorn.
I do too.
Yeah.
Double good is good.
Yeah. Double good is fire.
But Angelica did give me a box of cookies. Where them cookies?
Then I said, don't say it was from me.
Oh boy, yeah.
That's why you can't find them.
They didn't quite make the cut, Mayor.
I told you, I didn't vouch
What's
for
wrong
them. I
with
never had them. There's some new.
They tasted.
Explore,
Dr. K was here earlier.
explore more or something.
Kojak, what you do with them, Kojak?
Man,
He ate them.
No, I ain't eat them. They're for my grandkids. They too sweet. Too sweet.
They too sweet.
They tasted like Dr. K said they tasted like what paint smells like.
Oh, what in the world? Okay, now y'all don't went too far.
Well, at least you got them free.
No, they weren't free.
No, Mr. Mayor, no. He
He
tasted on his own. He gave me my $6. He had to give me my $6. Okay, thank you.
Yes. Sold me them paint cookies, man. Yeah, I can't wait to get over there.
See? I want y'all to tell you how much he been tearing up this studio today. Okay?
Your own equipment in here.
Right?
No, it's him, but he always blame me.
He still got a shot. Okay, it's good, Angelica. Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it.
We good.
Right. So yeah, we struggling a little bit, but you know, we are definitely in our zone. Angelica sold me the paint cookies, right? I let Dr. K taste them first, and she described it. I taste them, and they tasted just like she described. I gave them to Kojak. I don't know what Kojak done.
He ate them.
I smelt them, and I was like,
Kojak
this ain't me.
Yeah, so if Kojak selling Girl Scout cookies at the Hip Hop Lounge, y'all know
right by the one cookie each.
Right.
One cookie.
$2.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Look, it's a whole lot going on. You know, we're gonna talk about a couple things that's trending right now, though, especially this, man. And this, I just got this earlier today. You know, your president, Angelica, he dropped a video on Truth Social last night. You know, that depicted former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama as monkeys or gorillas.
What?
In this video? Yes. And so, Josh, I think we got a little video. Josh, run that video.
Not the liar.
Just hours ago, a new controversy involving Donald Trump ignited online, and it is already sparking widespread outrage across social media. This time, the allegations center on a video shared on Trump's own platform, Truth Social. According to multiple reports and screenshots circulating today, February 6th, Donald Trump reportedly shared a video that included racist imagery of former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama. The images are described as depicting the Obamas with monkey or ape-like features, a representation that has a long and painful history as a racist trope used to dehumanize Black people. That context is why the reaction has been so strong. The claim first emerged from anti-Trump accounts and quickly spread on X, formerly Twitter. One post from the account rpox against Trump stated, quote, "Trump just posted a video on Truth Social that includes a racist image of Barack and Michelle Obama as monkeys. There's no bottom." Similar claims appeared on political forums such as Democratic Underground, where users referenced a specific video posted late last night. According to those who say they saw it directly, the video allegedly mixed election fraud claims with AI-generated or digitally altered images of the Obamas at the end. Several users have described the imagery as AI-made, but still deeply offensive. Screenshots and links to the post have been shared widely, with many saying the content crosses a new line in political discourse.
And so, hey man, look,
That's
hey,
ridiculous.
Trump, you know, I tell people one thing, you know, a couple things, right? One, you know, authenticity is the nucleus to charisma. So authenticity draws people to you. Trump got a lot of people that follow him, right? Because he's authentic. He's an authentic asshole, but he is authentic, right?
He is who he is. That's
who
for
he
sure.
is. He does not sugarcoat it. He does not, try to hide it. And but this one, right? He really went there with this one. I mean, uncut to his people.
Yeah, that was wild, crazy. I mean, I can't believe people even liked it. But
I believe.
Actually,
I absolutely believe it.
I think they just look up to him. He gives them the balls to pretty much show how they really feel. He gave them the gateway to do it. So the path, he did, like, my president do it. This how you feel. I feel good. Now I can come out and say how I really feel. So they believe we monkeys and apes. I'm just saying. Ain't the first
more than that.
Yeah, we're talking about on topic right now. Yeah, monkey and apes. Yes.
Yeah, but I'm not surprised by that stuff. I remember, my 25 years on the fire department and being in the legislature for 16 years now. And almost every other year, you get somebody that uses the N-word or this, that, and other, so on and so forth, right? And I'm no longer surprised or moved emotionally or any of that stuff, right? And so my thing, I've adopted this strategy of this idea of, you know, I'm not surprised when it is said. I'm surprised when it's not said.
Yeah.
And so you know,
that's not a good place to be.
Yeah, well, you know, it's not, but it is the reality, that we're living in, especially in the South. Well, and you know, North too, you know, but that's our reality that we live in. And so, you know, but anyway, speaking of your president, Angelica.
Why you gotta be my president?
You know, you're from Iowa.
Whatever.
So, no, I'm just kidding.
Whatever.
He believe it, you know.
Are you from Iowa?
Yes.
Oh.
You know
Now,
that.
Mr. Mayor, now how times, yes. Black girl from Iowa, Mr. Mayor. Yes. Born
Might
and
be the
raised.
first one I met.
Yeah, that's all.
There's one more.
Yes.
Sister.
You met her before,
Yeah,
yeah.
she got a twin too.
Twin.
So,
Yep. I met
yeah,
the
so
twin.
when-
I met the twin.
Yeah, when they left Iowa, you know, it wasn't but about 2 or 3 black folks left up there. So
No, nephew's here too. So
Oh,
is
yeah,
that everybody?
Yeah, nephew is here
Yeah.
too. I'm
Oh,
surprised.
She's sneaking them in.
Hey, speaking of nephew, I'm surprised he didn't try to get on the show. But
Oh,
speaking of
yeah.
nephew, man, somebody sent me a picture of Cinnamon.
Oh God, from Lamar.
Get outta
Man,
here.
yeah. So
Get outta here.
we had to address that again, and also we
Oh,
do need to
God.
talk about at some point too, and maybe not now while Mary's, but we got to talk about this Valentine's Day blind date thing too, because people been sending their stuff.
He might recommend somebody to put on the blind day. He might
I ain't
know
got
some
nobody. No. I'm not putting my
He's
name
like
on
my husband.
nobody.
He's like, I don't want to be in the middle of referring
There'll
nobody.
be somebody
with
on social
nobody.
media tagging me, telling me what I did.
Yeah.
Nope. Find your own.
Right. But
Fine,
look, you know, continuing down this line with Trump, you know, in that video. Now, this is what really surprised me about that video. So Tim Scott of all people, came out and said this was the most racist thing I've ever seen
What?
come out of the White House, right? Tim Scott.
Yeah.
Yes, Tim Scott. And I think we got a little video on
Was he
Tim
like-
Scott,
was he
so
like
we can show
buddies?
remind everybody who Tim Scott is.
Weren't they buddies?
Which is hard. I mean, did you ever think that she actually appointed you, Tim? And think of it, appointed, and you're the senator of his state, and she endorsed me. You must really hate her. No, it's a shame. It's a shame.
I just love you.
No, that's why he's a great politician. That's why he's a great politician. So this is a great evening, and
So this is why we were surprised that it was Tim Scott that said this is racist, you know, because Tim Scott literally just extracted his head from President.
I said butt buddies.
Right.
That's what I just
Oh,
said.
is that what
yeah.
that means?
No, yeah, butt
Oh,
buddies,
okay. I
same
didn't know
thing.
what that- okay.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna go
He's
there.
just been
I
so
mean,
shady since the
just
beginning of
trying-
this
I'm
show.
I'm trying to keep you from getting the mayor jammed up with folks out here because you
What
coming up with all
Oh
these
no,
new-
I'm good. I'm
right,
good.
Thank
right, with
you.
all these new
Oh God,
anyway.
whatever.
So that was happening, but also, you know, of course, this is happening. You know, the racist video was dropped, and this is happening in the midst of all of these files being dropped by the Department of Justice. 3 million pages
3 million.
of
Lord.
Epstein files. Who is going to go through 3 million pages of this stuff, man? And this stuff is really
3
you know,
million. Look,
it-
Kojak said 3 million. 3
Yeah.
million.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's a lot of craziness in this stuff. I mean, it is unreal. Some of the stuff that's you know showing up, and then now I'm at the point. Honestly, I don't know what's real, what's fake. So, unless it's coming from a credible news agency, I don't even post the stuff or you know repost stuff. But I think we got some video on it too. Got that.
Oh Lord. Oh
The
Lord.
next one.
Stay tapped in,
Oh,
bro.
Lord.
Epstein files, you talked about Democrats who were in there. Elon Musk was also in there, and so was your Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick and correspondence that he had with him. Did you read those new files that were published by the Department of Justice?
I have a lot of things I'm doing, you know, a lot of things I'm doing. I don't know. You mentioned 2 names. I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure they're fine. Otherwise, it would have been major headlines.
A lot of women who are survivors of Epstein's are unhappy with those redactions that came out. Some of them, entire witness interviews are totally blacked out. Do you think
they're
that they
also
should be
unhappy
more
with the fact
transparent?
that they thought they released too much. You know, I heard that, and you tell me something else. So, I think it's really time for the country to get onto something else. Really. You know, now that nothing came out about me, other than it was a conspiracy against me, literally by Epstein and other people. But I think it's time now for the country to maybe get onto something else.
But what would you say to people who feel like they haven't gotten
healthcare,
justice, Mr. President?
something that people care about. Yeah, what did you say? Go
What
ahead,
would you say to
are
the
so
survivors
bad.
who feel like they haven't gotten
You are
justice?
the worst reporter. No wonder CNN has no ratings because of people like you. You know, she's a young woman I don't think I've ever seen you smile. I've known you for 10 years. I don't think I've ever seen a smile on your face.
Well, I'm asking you about survivors.
You know why? You know why you're not smiling? Because you know you're not telling the truth, and you're a very dishonest organization, and they should be ashamed of you.
These are survivors of a sexual abuser.
Sound like it was already out, Josh, when I heard that. but yeah, but you know, it's craziness going on, you know, and the more stuff that they drop, it's almost like a drip, right? Then you got Department of Justice dropping their files, you got the Epstein estate dropping their files, and a lot of stuff is redacted. But some of the stuff that is not that they are showing is kind of stuff that I've seen anyway. It's a lot disturbing actually. Also, you know, there were some files that dropped where the president, they say the president was redacted, but the victims weren't redacted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so there's a huge uproar about that also. Also just this week too, and we're just gonna get through these quick important stories that people do need to know. Also this week there was a hiccup with the Tennessee Secretary of State's office and the online voter portal, voter information portal, and
Bad hiccup.
you know, people were trying to go online to look up their voter information, and they were, you know, I guess getting noticed that their voter information did not exist. And I think we got some video on that. Josh, run that video, please.
Tennessee voters checked their registration status, and there were no records to be found. What's up, y'all? It's Amber, the MLK 50 creator in residence, and your favorite policy organizer, of course. Let's talk about the glitch that happened in the Secretary of State's office this week. Late Tuesday evening, dozens of people all over Tennessee were posting on social media about receiving the message, "No record was found," when they went to check their voter registration status on a state website. So many folks raised the alarm that State Representative Tory Harris reached out to Secretary of State Trey Hargett and alerted him to the issue. Hargett discovered that even he was not in the system either. It turned out to be human error that caused the glitch, and it was quickly fixed. State Representative Justin Pearson met with the Secretary of State to make sure that not only the error was fixed, but to also get more information on inactive voters. He found out that about 25% of more than 125,000 Shelby County voters are listed as inactive and are at risk of being kicked off the voter rolls and needing to re-register to vote. This is important because this is an election year with very important races coming up. So let me break down what being inactive means. You become inactive when you don't vote for at least 2 consecutive elections, including a presidential election. However, being inactive does not mean you are automatically removed from the voting rolls. When you become inactive, the Election Commission is supposed to send a card notifying you that you have become inactive so that you are aware and you can vote in the next election, which prevents you from being purged or removed from the voter rolls. In fact, if you are listed as inactive, you have up to 4 years to vote in an election to avoid being purged. If you're worried about whether or not you're listed as inactive, you can reach out to the Secretary of State's Elections Division at 1-877-850-4959. Go online to govotn.gov or contact your local election office and ask. If you're inactive, you'll have to update your address, but you also need to vote in the next election. And in Tennessee, there's 3 key elections happening this year: the state and county primary election in May, the primary and general elections in August, and the state and federal general elections in November. I hope this helps you understand what happened this week and makes clear what you need to do if you find out you're listed as inactive as a voter.
Hey, there you go right there. Look, govotn.gov. So I put that in the thread. And if those of you, Josh, I ain't gonna even ask Josh to do that.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
But those of you that are on TikTok, if you and those of you that are watching live, put that in the comments thread, govotn.gov. And everybody,
everybody,
go online and check your voter information, because we want to make sure that you are still registered to vote, make sure that you have the ability to vote, and you don't want to wait until the last minute to check it and then find out that you can't even vote.
Right.
Yeah, and everybody needs to vote early too, where you ain't got to go find out where you got to vote.
Yep. Go
And
vote
make
at
it-
any location.
And make note of those upcoming elections. I didn't know of some of those dates. So
Yeah, it's a
please.
busy election year this
Like
year.
May
I'm gonna say the
4th?
dates.
Yeah, it was May, August, and November.
See, I didn't know.
Yeah,
I
Three
didn't know that.
times this year.
Yeah, and it's early voting for all of them.
Yeah, and everybody need to go, please.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, definitely. Everybody needs to
Yes.
go vote. So it's your state, your county elections, your state elections, and your federal elections. So that you go and that's your right to vote. Sean, you got your voter registration changed over yet? Yeah. But you don't live in Texas. Welcome to Shelby County.
Yeah.
Right.
Change
So yeah, y'all give it up for our guest, and she's all the way from Port Arthur, Texas, here in the building.
What's
Yeah.
up, Sean?
Her first time on the Antonio Parkinson project. So yeah, you make sure you go tell all the classmates what we're doing.
Oh gosh, really? That's what he really brought you here for.
Yeah.
Right, that's too fun. So look,
doing it in Memphis.
Last thing I'm gonna talk about real quick before we get to the mayor too is there's a push, right, to nationalize these elections.
Oh, a scary push.
And so there's a bit of desperation in the air, honestly, a bit of desperation in the air for what they are predicting is going to be a shellacking in the midterms, when it comes to Congress and the Senate, and how that's going to affect President Trump and his administration and their strategy. So it seems like there's a move to do everything possible to commandeer the elections. So for whatever their reasons are for doing it, but the states own the elections. States administer elections for nationally also. And let me just set this up, preface this a little bit too, because you saw where California passed their referendum to change the districts, but it came about because Texas was redistricting theirs to make it all Republican, and California responded by making theirs all Democrat. And then you saw where the president sent or Pam Bondi sent a letter to the Minnesota governor to tell them to hand over the voter files, and we'll make the pain go away. And then you also saw where they ran into the Fulton County,
yes, that was crazy.
Georgia election commission, and the FBI raided it, and they took all of the voter files away from there. And I think we got a little bit of video on that. We're gonna run that video, then we're gonna get into some
we got a lot of video.
Yeah,
Officials in Fulton County, Georgia are challenging the FBI seizure of ballots and other documents related to the 2020 election. In a filing today, they said they're seeking the return of the materials that were taken during a raid last week at the warehouse where the records were stored. County Chairman Rob Pitts, a Democrat, said, quote, "This case is not only about Fulton County, this is about elections across Georgia and across the nation." Mr. Trump has long falsely claimed that the 2020 election was rigged. Just this week, he called for Republican officials to take over voting and nationalize U.S. elections.
Support journalism you trust. Support PBS News. Donate now, or even better, start a monthly contribution today.
And while that video was playing, the chain of custody of votes, when votes are cast, they have to be sealed. They have to be, everybody has to know it went from here to here to here, sealed, or so that there's no tampering. Now that the FBI or the feds have raided Fulton County, Georgia, they don't have a track on chain of custody. Who had the boxes? Who tampered with them? What was removed? What was put in? So on and so forth.
And that county is Democratic, right?
That county is Democrat.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
And
That's what we're gonna mess with. But
right, you think about it. Voter integrity is incredibly important, man. Because you want people to have faith in the election system. But when things like this happen, it throws things off, and people start losing faith. And when people lose faith, they stop voting, right? And so that's how we end up in situations like we had in Memphis before. Mayor Harrington, who
91
won this election, 91. That's right. And I think they went down. And Harold Ford Sr. went down into the basement, I think, of the election commission, and found a whole box of votes.
There's a great description of that in that book that Otis Sanford wrote, from Boss Crump to King Willie, something like that. But it was a really, really good book, and he really described that situation to a T. I had no clue that even happened.
Yeah, man. I had literally just got to Memphis. That was my first vote, as a matter of fact, in outside of the Marine Corps.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The timing of the hiccup online and this happening with Trump is just too. It was the wrong timing for the hiccup online.
And just for the record too, the Secretary of State Trey Hargett said that the hiccup with their office was due to human error, right? And it was quickly remedied, and you could see your own stuff. I was told that even his voter information wouldn't come up either. So, but the timing is poor timing. Yeah, especially with everything that's going on. So, look, hey, y'all, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're gonna talk about Glorilla and her sister.
What? Oh, yeah, that makes my heart hurt.
Talk about what's happening in the city. We have to thank the mayor for his patience, right? Because he's been hanging in there with us, right?
I'm with you.
But it's a lot of stuff going on, so we
it is
too much stuff.
So look, hey, don't go anywhere. Hit that subscribe button. We'll be right back. You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Hello, I'm Memphis Mayor Paul Young, and it's my honor to announce that our city, Memphis, Tennessee, is going to host the 23rd America's Competitiveness Exchange, May 10th through 15th, 2026. We look forward to welcoming all of our guests to the greater Memphis region, where innovation, industry, and culture all meet on the banks of the Mississippi River. We like to say that Memphis is Culture City. We're known across the world for our music, food, and movement, but our innovative spirit has also shaped some of the biggest and most important economic ideas on the planet. From overnight delivery and self-serve auto parts to music technology and medical breakthroughs, Memphis is where creativity and culture turn ideas into industry. Strategically located within 600 miles of 2/3 of the United States population, Memphis is the logistics capital of the country, home to the Western Hemisphere's busiest cargo airport and FedEx, 5 Class 1 railroads, the 3rd busiest trucking corridor in the United States, and the 2nd busiest port on the Mississippi River. Memphis, quite literally, moves the world in goods, in culture, and in ideas. Our region is driving the future of advanced manufacturing, clean energy, and life sciences. From Ford's Blue Oval City EV campus to Amplify's energy innovation, and from XAI's Colossus supercomputer and water treatment facility to all of the life-changing breakthroughs at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, as well as our strong medical device industry. Memphis is where ideas become global impact. What makes our success possible is regional collaboration. Across Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas, we're building an economy that is connected, competitive, and innovative. Memphis anchors the digital delta, a growing tech ecosystem connecting innovation across the Mid-South. Together with EDGE, the Greater Memphis Chamber, the Mid-South Development District, StartCo, and partners across our region, we're building progress with purpose and advancing a regional economy that is driving our community forward. When you visit next May, you'll see what we already know. This is our era of yes. Yes to innovation. Yes to entrepreneurship. Yes to partnership. Yes to growth. We can't wait to welcome you to Memphis, a place where collaboration drives competitiveness and the future is being built every day.
Hey, we still going. Hey.
Think you're back at D&D, don't you?
Man, I'm trying to tell you, man, that track was banging, boy. Look, that's some good energy. That's a good promo piece.
It is. What you pay? What you pay? $200-$300 for that?
No, we got great people on the team at the city of Memphis. Shout out to Larshay Watson, great dude.
Man,
he puts it down.
On point.
Super creative.
Hey man, but the real talk, that was dope. But man, you know what I like about that, honestly, is we got it's so much.
Man, there's so much stuff happening, and people just don't even realize it's here.
Be able to put it all in
And we got to start bragging. We got to start
Yeah.
poking our chests out a little bit
Man.
and let people know.
That's what I said for sure. It's going in my commercial real estate package.
Yeah, but
A link to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every
Because we deal
realtor,
with a lot of folks outside, and they trying to get a feel for Memphis.
yeah,
Man, that's on point.
yeah.
Mhm.
You know, you got every realtor, both commercial and residential, needs to download that. Every entity in the city, from the school board, I mean, from the school, from Memphis and Shelby County schools to the churches, to everybody needs to be pushing this video.
One message.
This video needs to be out.
Yeah, well, just real quick, that video, we made that video because the America's Competitive Exchange was hosted in Argentina last year. We were able to send somebody from our team there, and they were able to present to that group that we were going to be the next city. Where they're going to be hosted. People from all around the world are going to be in Memphis later this year.
So so it's approved. It's happening.
This is happening.
It's
This is happening.
man.
We've already sealed the deal. I can't remember the dates, but Joanne Massey at Economic Development Growth Engine. Shout out to Joanne. A lot of other folks been working on it, but it's a big deal. So we want to brag to the world and show what we got.
That's huge. So what does that look like though? What is that event?
So and don't get me to go in too deep because I don't know all of the nuances of it, but my understanding of it is it's a gathering of creators, innovators, city leaders from all across the world, and they have a forum where they talk about different strategies, ideas. They do a lot of tours in the community that they're in. Our staff member that went last year, she went and visited a number of companies, heard from their leaders on how they had done different things in their community to redevelop and grow it. We're going to be doing the same thing, showing off some of the things we're doing in Memphis, showing off some of the things you saw in the video. So, I just think it's a good opportunity, man. In Memphis, sometimes we overlook the greatness that exists here because we just used to it and we think it's regular. But the way our city is, it's not regular across the world. Like people come here and they can't believe how cool we are, how easy it is to get to know people, to get around, to open a business. Like all those things are not normal in other communities.
Man, and I think you hit a real point in that people, and I'm a transplant. I'm from the outside coming in. So I truly appreciate everything that Memphis has to offer. And I think I got some of the best of it too, because when I got here, Isaac Hayes was still here, and Sam Phillips was still here. And I was on the music commission. I would just hang out with them, right?
And that was just normal.
And it was normal, right? And it was, man, who can just kick it with Isaac Hayes and the person that discovered Elvis and and other folks, man, and but the innovation, people, man, don't get me started on this, but people don't understand level of innovation that comes out of this city is crazy. And I'm not just talking about innovation from the new dance or the new sound.
But all of that is part of it.
Yeah, it's part of it. But hell, Holiday Inn started here.
Piggly Wiggly, the first self-service grocery store started right here. Piggly Wiggly.
I never knew that.
The first one where you could walk up and pick up your own food. Before that, it was behind the counter and they go get all your things.
First
that started here.
Started here. Holiday Inn. Package delivery started here.
Overnight.
FedEx.
Curing cancer. St. Jude.
Here, man. And people don't.
I learned me some history
and
today.
Look, Jukin. You remember when we had Al Capone and DJ Zirk them on the show? We talked about how Club No Name changed the way the rap world existed.
Yeah.
Right when they slowed the music down, right? And people. Hey, look, one thing happened, Kojak.
Yeah.
Men and women stop dancing with each other, right? And they start gangster walking, but
the women was in there gangster walking too.
Yeah.
I remember in the 7th grade. I'll never forget in Oak Haven. I saw that was my first time seeing gangster walking. They was turned because they had 7 through 12 at the same party. So the 12th grade, the 12th graders was lit. They was getting bucked for real.
I was the only person in No Name that did not have a curl.
Right. Or a gold tooth,
right? I was still in the military, but I still had my military Marine Corps haircut and was probably looking corny as hell in there. But I was getting ran over in that gangster walk line. I had to learn it.
You figured it out.
I was so uncoordinated. It was crazy, man. I was uncoordinated like a mug, but I learned it. You get ran over about 6 or 7 times. You lock in.
Okay, you said should be able to go download the video. Is there a way that people can get access to this video to reuse it?
We're gonna find a solution. So we'll send it to you, and then get it to you guys so you can post a link, because I don't know exactly where it resides right now.
We can do that too, and you know, and I remind you to put a link up on the city council.
Yeah,
I mean, on the city page, on the city website.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna post.
Yeah,
we're gonna post it there.
That's an exclusive. You
also
saw right here.
Hey, that's
exclusive
right here on Antonio Parkinson project.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to the team that put that together, because it is done. It is flawless.
I appreciate
you can present
that.
and make your business look good, please. It's already put together.
Man, oh yeah, that's good stuff. That is good stuff. And so, Mayor, you know, of course, you know, every time you come on the show, we always go back to your first show is why you were running.
Why?
Right?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Man, our production was so trash back then.
It's all right. It was fun though. It's so organic. It's so real.
Yeah, we still got the video, but we look like little thumbprints because our lighting was shit. Right?
You didn't hear the mayor. He said, "Ooh, it's bright in here." I said, "I got a little
You know what to do with dark skinned folks like myself now.
Right. You've seen the cameras and everything that we had, man. We're totally remixed now, but man, that first, but you know what? Thank you for being there with us.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man.
It got some little hood.
Man, this is one of my favorite places to come talk.
So back then, you know, you were, you know, running for mayor.
Oh yeah,
right.
Aggressive.
What? I see a little gray hair in there.
Oh, that's all right. You know, I had it then too.
Yeah, I
had it then too.
So you know, remind us why you ran and what you ran on, and then we're gonna come back.
Why I ran is because I felt like I was the right person at the right time, and I still feel that way. I still feel that way. Like this is the moment, and I'm meant to be here. I've had moments since I've been in this job where I'm like, man, God, what are you doing? Why is this happening? Why is this on me? Like, I want to help redevelop the city and change Memphis forever. And all these things come at you while you're in the job, but that's why I just set my heart on just going after it. Went hard and made it happen. And I ran on being able to redevelop neighborhoods and communities, which is really kind of my core, creating a strong workforce, cleaning up our neighborhoods, reducing crime, because at the time, like, public safety was all people were talking about. It was literally the only thing. And then the last thing was investing in arts and culture, like the thing that makes Memphis special, elevating it so that the world can feel it even more, so that our people can appreciate it, because I think we take it for granted. I was talking to some folks from they were from overseas, and they were talking to me about talent in Memphis and where can they find it. I was like, just go to church on Sunday morning. It don't matter, pick one. Whichever one, whichever one, and you're gonna see talent. So
you can go to karaoke here.
Yeah, anywhere you go, it's all over. Somebody told me, they said that they were talking to some like national person, and the national person was telling them that Memphis has an outsized impact on the culture based on how many people actually live here. It's a city of 615,000 people, but the impact on the culture makes it feel like we're a city of 2 million. That's a powerful statement.
We're definitely fighting above our
weight. We're punching above our weight class.
You know, I tell people too, man, you can go to one of our gas stations and get food in our gas stations that tastes better than
most definitely. I used to go to
seriously.
I got a couple of gas stations I hit. I was about to start calling them out, but they might get mad at me if I don't say theirs.
Don't let me send you over there to Tormino's, right? It ain't even a gas station, it's just a little bitty.
I haven't been there.
Nah, send me over there.
MG. Yeah, we gotta go. Oh God, man. Tormino's,
I'm gonna check it out.
The line be long.
Where is
early in the morning, right there at Chelsea and Watkins. The line be out the door. Right, and
for been that way for years,
and they don't even really serve breakfast. They serving pork chops and stuff for breakfast. Man, them women, man.
All right,
Tendonism.
Really?
Look, man.
Y'all ready right now, ain't you?
Right, you giving big back behavior.
Yeah, but you know, it's so much though that the city has to offer. Is you know, unless you're here to see it, and then we had the weatherman on the show last week, right? Joey Solopek.
Oh,
right.
Like,
and look, and then, you know, and the uniqueness of Memphis. There are some things that Memphis offers that you will never be able to duplicate in any other city. I tell people they never went to Brayford's before MTV came. I'm talking about the original record. They never went to Rayford's and experienced that. Oh God, you will never.
But the weekend that now.
Yeah, where the weekend is now, right, man. Rayford. Yeah,
I wasn't here then.
Rayford back then had the curl.
Come on, man.
Had the cape on, and had vinyl records, right? That you hear and you be like, where he get that from, right? And he playing all this good music and stuff. And the only thing they sold in there was 40 ounces. That's it.
That was before my
and you're gonna get that fog machine.
It was a good spot.
And it was a spot, man. You're gonna get that fog machine. It was like a throwback, like you stepped all the way back into the 70s. But it was great. And speaking of, shout out to Joey Solarpeck, the weatherman. Look, Joey Solarpeck is a former TV weatherman. And when the weather gets bad, more people go to his Facebook page to get the weather than the news.
Yeah.
Only in Memphis, right? And so there's so many unique things that the city has to offer, man.
Can I add to what they have to offer?
Yeah.
Because I'm from Iowa, and even being a parent, so like some of the activities, even through the library, the city rec, I was at the barbershop, and I have my daughter doing the most random things because I try not to make her like a tablet child. There's so many free things. We went to go see magicians. I don't even know what neighborhood we were at. Bubble Works. We went and did like Lego activity at the Y. They even got Zoom. It's karaoke. Did you go karaoke night when they had the buffet?
At Silver Spoon?
Wednesdays.
At Silver Spoon or Love?
Silver Spoon.
Okay, nah.
On Wednesday, you probably.
I've been a lot of nights. I don't know.
I was on struggle bus. You go Wednesday. They had the buffet line. Then he get spaghetti and wings. I used to go after work. Y'all know about that struggle. Yeah, I was there. Karaoke.
No,
I remember level 2.
You remember that? Was it
level 2? I used to
okay.
visit. Level 2.
Level 2 was it. I used to love level 2.
Where else? That's about it. I don't go nowhere now, really. Oh, yeah. Boop, boop, boop. I have, oh, well, now I ain't gonna know what I look like anyway, so okay.
Testing.
I see myself. Yeah, I can see myself. Put the camera on me. I would just like to know.
It's trying to get us. It's trying to get us.
I would like y'all to know that it was Parkinson's fault. That's all I know.
Right when it was getting good, huh?
I said I was getting ready to talk about the libraries.
No, don't sweep. Let's go.
Yeah, come on.
Let's come right back in.
It's almost 6.
Let's come right back in. Hey y'all. So we ain't having it. The devil is a lie. So
no, we're gonna get this good word out.
Trying to tell you. So look. So we were getting into Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
The your reasons for running, and one of the things was because you wanted the city to be safe.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. And so tell us how. Well, before we get into that, because there was some stuff. Somebody was telling me that.
Oh,
no, let's not go there first. Let's go.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah, let's get into. Walk us through where crime was when you started to where we are now. Then we're gonna walk this thing.
Yeah, I mean, and I do think that's a really important starting point. When I was running for mayor in 2023, we had one of the highest years we've seen in many, many years. We had record number of homicides. I think we had 400 homicides that year. 400.
Oh,
so more than the number of days in the year.
Damn.
That's how many we had.
I didn't think about that.
In a city with 615,000 people. And so, we hit the ground running day one, started putting a lot of things in motion, working with the MPD, making sure that they were being more targeted in how they're going after crime. And I think one day we're going to show the city how we're actually doing this. I know you came to one of the meetings, but our command staff meeting where they're actually going through the data, and you have every precinct commander talking about every homicide and shooting that took place in their precinct, and then connecting the dots across the whole city. Because what we wanted to do is be more strategic about how we get the people that are the actual shooters off the streets. And we had a goal of reducing crime by 10% every year over year. For 4 years, it was going to be a 40% reduction.
So let's pause there.
Pause there.
Let's pause there. So you came into office in what year?
2024, January 2024.
So January 2024, the goal was by January of 2028 to have crime down by 40%.
By 40 serious crime.
10% per year.
Every year.
10%
year over year.
Okay.
That was our goal. And we've been working hard. And you saw even before the task force, you saw the progress.
So tell us about the progress before the task force.
So in 2024, by the time we got to the end of the year, overall crime was reduced by 19%. Murders were reduced by 30%.
Wow.
Car thefts by 37%. This is at the beginning of 2025. We had already started moving the needle.
Actually, past your goal of 10%.
Past the goal of 10%. But it was. We still knew we have a lot of work to do, because if you're 600 pounds and you lose 100,
you still fine, right?
We still got a little ways to go, and we understand that. So we kept working, and but I'll just pause at the task force because I know it's coming up. But by September 2025, we saw the same level of reduction that we saw in the previous year. So from the reductions that we had made, we were now looking at again another 19-20% reduction in serious crime across the board, and in every zip code. Every zip code. There's two very, very small zip codes. I don't even know the numbers for them, where crime went up by like 2 or something like that. But it was because those areas were so small. But across the board for every major zip code, we saw reductions. And so we were already putting in the work, and the trend has been very, very clear. And it's because we've been strategic. I mentioned working with the police department, but that's just one piece of it. We also put forth a new grant program called Safer Communities, where we were able to fund in the first round. I think we funded about 43 organizations that are out in the community doing different programs, after school programs, midnight basketball, a lot of different things where they're engaging people across the board to support those organizations, because we know that reducing crime is a both-and strategy. You got folks that argue and say, man, we got to lock them up, get them off the streets. Yeah, we do. And then you got folks that say, all we got to do is give them an option. Yeah, we do. It's both. It's not either or. It's both. And so we've been doing that. We've been supporting these organizations, and I think we've reaped dividends for it.
Yeah, you want to send a shout out to any of them organizations that's doing that good work?
Man, there's a lot of them. Hill 901, Memphis Allies, Block Squad. I need to see the list because it's 40 of them, and I don't want to start saying. Those are the ones that are doing mostly violence interruption, but there's a whole host of neighborhood-based organizations that are also on the list, and they're literally all throughout this city.
You can't, and we can't not, send this CJ Davis and Memphis Police Department.
Oh yeah, shout out to CJ and the team.
What they're doing, because they're doing some work over there too. Yeah, and so we got there. Okay, I
paused at the task force because I know you want.
Yeah, and then here comes the governor, and here comes the President Trump, and then here comes the federal agents, that are on the ground in Memphis. So let's start there.
Yeah. So we get to that point, and just to reiterate what I've said time over time in every interview, this is not something I asked for.
Right.
This is something that came to Memphis that was presented to me on a Monday.
Yeah.
I'm on the phone trying to hold it off, change the way it looks, change the way it might show up.
Right.
And then Friday it gets stated by the president. And we held a press conference.
Right.
I stated my position, which is that, I do believe that we can use federal agencies like FBI, DEA, ATF, U.S. Marshals. These are law enforcement agencies that have always had partnerships with police departments across the country. And so as we work to fight violent crime in our community, we want their resources. We don't have an immigration problem here. I made that very clear to them. We don't need the Hispanic community in our city being victimized and harassed. Made it clear that that's not going to be something that MPD participates in. And at the time, most of the pushback was around the National Guard. So we also had a lot of conversations with the state National Guard on how they would be positioned. What are they going to wear?
Right.
What kind of weapons are they going to have? What kind of vehicles will they ride in? And up until the snowstorm, they've been riding in transit vans.
Yeah.
And they've been having guns on their sides and not the long guns in a more threatening posture. And that's
what they had in DC.
I know. Those were the things that we were telling them. And we also have lots of coordination with regards to where they're going to be. Now, we can't tell them where to go, but we can give them recommendations. And during the snowstorm, they were responding to calls with the fire department. When people were getting stuck, they helped get employees, those essential employees, to work during that time. So we've worked to try and minimize the negative as a part of it. And I think that we've seen some positive results. Now obviously, everybody's going to talk about the immigration piece, which I think is terrible. It's not what we want happening here.
But hold up on that, because, because there's somebody that sent me something that I want to ask you about, and I don't want to, put the cart before the horse. When some of the criticism that you received, I received some too, right? And look,
that's part for the course, man. That's
what. The mayor, but this is how I feel. But
if you're a leader and you ain't getting criticized, you ain't doing nothing, or you just doing what folk tell you.
Right. And so you were saying, that you'd rather be at the table.
Yeah.
To have these conversations with the governor and other folks that's involved in order to have not just input but give direction. For that would help protect. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah. So you were at the table, but we received a little drama from it, but nothing that we can't handle. But just a little drama, folks saying, that you shouldn't be at the table and this, that, and other. And let me be clear.
I'm not mad at that. I understand. I mean, I get it.
Going.
I get it. I play a different role though. I'm the mayor.
Right.
I'm the mayor of the whole city.
Right.
So I have to make sure that we're getting all the results that we need in the city. These folks come in one way or another.
Yeah.
So start there.
Yeah.
You can't just say no and they leave.
Right.
We haven't seen that happen.
Right.
Yeah.
In fact, they show up in greater force and they do it in a different way that is not positive for the community. And so my goal was to try to figure out how do we drive the initiative towards what truly is our issue in Memphis. Just back up just a minute. Back in September, actually last year, this is my second time doing it, but back in September, they hosted another one. I've been meeting with these mothers who have lost their children, whose kids have been murdered, and they frustrated, they're mad, they're hurt
about them, but
because MPD and the forces that be have not found their child's killer. And I'm talking about hundreds. I'm not talking about one, like I just got one story. That's bad enough. I'm talking about hundreds of parents that are filled at a church, filled with tears, talking about the pain that they feel because they have not gotten closure because they lost their loved one. Those are the things that I'm talking about. And then at a bigger level, our economy is in the balance right now.
But hold there for a second.
I just want to be clear. When I say it's in the balance, crime is a big part of the narrative of what has carried across the country, unfortunately, for our city. And that begins to hurt us when we're trying to bring jobs, opportunities, all the things we want for our kids and for our young people. They are stymied by not having the ability to get to those jobs. So, my goal was to push this task force to focus on the thing that really is the big issue for the people of our city.
Yeah, and I just want to, and I agree with you wholeheartedly, and that's where also it's the responsibility of our other corporate partners, news stations, and everybody else to everybody be on the same page. But here's something that's important to know. Going back to those parents, right? If you've never seen or witnessed or looked into the eyes of a mother that has lost a child,
man, it hurts, man,
to violent crime, right? It's the and I'm not minimizing by saying this, but every mother that I've seen that has lost a child to violent crime had the same glazed over look, like their soul has literally left their body, right? And I remember Artez Henderson, over in Ridgecrest Apartments. First time I seen this, I never forget this because it's the first time I seen a mother, lose and Martez was 7 at the time. Stray bullet killed him, and he was just there to spend the night with his cousin. Normal shit that we do, right? You go over there, you can't wait to get over to your cousin's house, spend the night and have fun, and somebody was out there shooting recklessly, and has lost his life. Brenda Henderson, who I'm still in touch with today, and I remember the look on her face. That's the first time I saw it. You would never, ever forget. Yeah. Right, because it's something that will sit in your soul for the rest of your life when you see it, and so, but nobody's they are not getting to me. I'm glad you're addressing it, right? Right, and somebody's addressing, the victims in this stuff, right?
Absolutely.
We may have differences in how we see we should get there, but ultimately, the goal is the same, right? We don't want victims.
Man, we had the same goal, and that sometimes gets frustrating because I talk to a lot of the people that have different opinions. They don't like the president, and I'm not a Republican, but I'm the mayor. I got to figure out how do we get resources for Memphis, and what's the best strategy to get them. I'm not co-signing ICE or immigration, standing firm. And what I'm doing behind the scenes is steering them towards executing warrants. There's one thing going around. I see them with MPD, and so there's a natural belief that if you see someone with Homeland Security that they're doing immigration work. But the reality is the way that this task force is structured, we have federal agents in teams of 4 or 5. So you may have a FBI agent, a DEA agent, a Homeland Security agent, and a U.S. Marshal, all partnered with a police officer. With that police officer, they are responding to calls, they are executing warrants, they're doing special assignments. These are the things that actually prevent them from working on immigration.
Right.
So I know it sounds confusing.
Right.
And somebody said that I'm trying to tell them not to believe their eyes. No, believe your eyes, but listen to the explanation.
Because,
you know what I mean?
Because, you have people out there saying
there's context.
ICE is jumping out of the back of the police car, Memphis police cars, and it's federal agents that may be, but not necessarily ICE.
Right. That's true too. I mean, in terms of the team, there actually is a very small portion of ICE. I think there's about 2 individuals, but there are a lot of Homeland Security. I think there's about
wait.
Yeah.
How many ICE?
2 from ICE, but there's also the Border Patrol. I think there's about 15 or 16 of them.
Okay. Yeah.
And so having them assigned to the special units of executing warrants, our gang units, things like that, that actually keeps them busy doing the things that we want the task force
not ICE
focused on, not ICE things.
Not ICE.
Yeah, exactly. So it's part of the strategy on how we minimize. That's not to say it hadn't happened, because we've seen it, and I hate it when I see it. And I'm always calling, asking what happened. We have a call literally every morning where I'm looking at the numbers every day. How many arrests total? How many immigration arrests? Every day I'm looking at those numbers, and the numbers have been low over the past month or 2 because of the strategies that we've been executing to try to ensure that the task force stays focused on the main goal. We don't want our Hispanic community being terrorized. The Hispanic community makes up about 9% of our population, the fastest growing population in the city of Memphis. And quite frankly, one of the biggest challenges we have in Memphis is population loss. In 2020, we were 650,000 people. In 2026, it's 615.
That's a big hit.
No, this is real talk. As a city, when I say like we're at a turning point, we're at a tipping point where we can go up or down or stay stagnant. Growth is a part of being able to ensure that your economy is moving in the right direction. So we want all of our communities to feel safe, especially the ones that are growing the fastest and contributing to the economy. And so, my goal is to do everything within my power to make sure that we're protecting them. And I just want the public to understand the complexity of how we're trying to address this issue.
You can only control the controllables. That's what people don't understand. Like you can only control the controllables. And I tell you this all the time. I would not want your job. But I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
It's off task. It's off whatever.
I like it off task.
Oh,
God. Let's stay here for a second, if you don't mind.
It's okay.
You said it's off this, right? So
It's
I
about him.
don't want to shift yet.
Okay.
Because I think it's important too, to provide context, the long game, right? So while you're at the table with the governor and Memphis Safe Task Force and Trump representatives, is that another you and I don't want to put words in your mouth. You of course you're thinking about as you're adding input and direction, trying to deliver direction for what they're doing and how they're doing it. There's also the long game.
Oh yeah,
right.
We're always thinking the long game.
Right.
How do we? Again, I go back to what I said at first. The narrative for Memphis had been that we are crime-ridden, that there's a lot of violence in our community. I want that narrative to shift from we've been able to reduce violence, and now the narrative needs to be based on the cool factor, the vibrancy, the growth, the investment, the cool programs. That's why we're doing things like investing in 3,000 summer jobs for our youth this year. If you saw the governor's budget, we've been having a lot of conversations. There's $80 million that's allocated to Memphis for public safety, but it's not all law enforcement. It's $50 million for downtown, which allows us to, and I know how everybody feels, like, they do so much downtown, but it's the economic center of our city.
Right.
We have
don't
to
walk past that. Explain, break that down in granular terms what that means for what the city.
Yeah, that's a good point. When you look at downtowns in any city, it is the node, it's the nucleus, it's the place that visitors see. It's the place that if somebody wants to invest in your community, they're likely going to go there to get the flavor of what Memphis actually is.
Mhm.
So even though I'm doing a project in Hickory Hill or in Fraser or in Southwest Memphis, I'm coming to downtown Memphis to figure out if this is a region that I want to invest in, and what they see matters. There's a story of the people that invested in Blue Oval City, 50 miles from downtown Memphis. But when they made their decision to move to this region, they could have went anywhere literally in the world.
Globally. In the world, right.
$5 to $8 billion investment, 5,000 jobs. They were staying in downtown Memphis when they said, you know what, I can see what's happening here and I want to be here. And they doubled down on Memphis. So when I talk about investing $50 million in downtown, is to ensure that we have a strong downtown, that we're able to keep our anchors like the Grizzlies and, you know, those jobs that are down there, AutoZone. We want to make sure that we have a vibrant downtown with a lot of people walking around. But there's another 30 million. There's 15 million that goes towards focused deterrence. I talked about the work where we have Memphis Allies, groups like this, Memphis Allies and Hill 901 and Block Squad and this. And there's a lot of groups that are working in this space. And we want to be able to invest in them, to invest in these young people who may have made some bad decisions, but they're not bad people. They just need somebody to pour. Both hands. We want to prevent crime before it happens. And so we have 15 million that's allocated towards those efforts. It's not to any one of those organizations, but towards those efforts. And then we have another $15 million that's going to be allocated towards workforce investment, creating new jobs in this city. I'm going to make some announcements at State of the City. Come out at State of the City next week on Tuesday, 5 p.m. at First Baptist Broad. But we'll talk a little bit more. Good. We'll talk about some of the things that we're going to be doing around workforce investment over the next couple of years. We'll talk about some of the things we're going to be doing around housing over the next couple of years. Like the long game is we are going to get Memphis to the point where we are that city. Every few years, there's a city where in the South, usually that is the it city. We've seen Nashville, Atlanta, Dallas, Austin, Charlotte. All of them have had their run. It's time to figure out who's next. Is it Memphis? Is it Birmingham? Is it Little Rock?
I'm sorry, Birmingham.
It needs to be Memphis, but it's going to be Memphis because we're making strategic decisions that are going to help the people of our city.
Man, I'm so glad that you're here to break this down the way you are, because you know a lot of people, you know, they'll see, you know, what's happening right now in the moment, right? But they don't see, or maybe they didn't understand that there's an actual long game tied to it.
Well, I mean, you know, I'm still people want me to clap. They want me to just go out and start, you know, responding to everything people say, and I guess I will start doing it a little bit more. But some people say not. Some people, but I think I am gonna start doing it more because some folk play too much, and I really gotta let them know, like, just because I'm diplomatic, don't try and take me for somebody else. But I also try to make sure that we don't let the button down fool you. But at the same time, I want to elevate the discourse in our community. So I try not to be too upset if somebody disagrees with me, but I want people to understand the way I go through making decisions. I want to know both sides of the argument so well that I can argue your point. Like I can argue your point if I wanted to. And when I can do that, then I know that I have heard the side, and then I try to figure out, so what's the decision? And once I make the decision, I stand on it, I feel good about it. And so when I hear the noise, I'm like, they just don't understand. And keep going.
You know,
but I do have to take more time to explain at least once or twice and then move past it.
I like what you said about elevating the discourse, right? You know, and that in layman's terms, meaning to, you know, allow for, you know, all of the voices to be heard, right?
Without it being hateful. Like I don't have to hate you because I disagree. Me and you disagree on plenty of stuff. But we argue all the time. You cussing me out all the time, and I'm cussing right back. But that's you want to be able to have. You don't need yes men around. You need people to have those critical. That's what the public deserves. But when you personalize it and say, like, I don't like you as an individual, it's like I don't like your policy. I don't like this decision. Let's talk about that. And I think that we got to do that more in our community. So that's what I try to do, because I try to lead by example.
You know, that's the difference maker in how I move at state too, right? You know, it's not personal for me, man. You know, I don't have to agree with your policy, but it's not anything personal. Something I saw last night on came to me on social media. Well, this guy, he's a former CIA operative and interrogator, and he said this. He said, if an opinion has to be muted, then it's a psyop.
I don't know what a psyop is.
So a psyop is when there's a group or somebody's trying to psychologically, move you into something else.
Almost like a cult.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Form for control.
Right?
Yeah, control. Yeah, I got you.
Right. And so and that's why when you said what you said, I'm trying to elevate.
Man, man, Memphis is an amazing city.
Yeah.
And we got to remember that all the stuff that we do here, folks looking. People are always looking at what's happening in Memphis. And so I want us to have those debates. I want them to be serious debates, but I just don't want the theater. But some of it is theater.
A lot of it is theater.
Like you're putting on a show, you're playing. And I have a hard time engaging it because I'm not in this for that.
But not just that though, too. A lot of times in that theater, people's lives are being affected, right? And people are being led based on somebody having an agenda that is personal for them.
Yeah.
Right. And so yeah. So look, y'all, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we are going to talk about Glorilla.
And I want her question too.
We're going to get her question.
My question.
She forgot it, man. It's over with.
Okay, good, because it's about something else anyway. Look, I'm not trying to mute your voice. It ain't a psyop. Look, don't go anywhere.
Yes, it is.
We'll be right back. You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Hello, I'm Memphis Mayor Paul Young, and it's my honor to announce that our city, Memphis, Tennessee, is going to host the 23rd America's Competitiveness Exchange, May 10th through 15th, 2026. We look forward to welcoming all of our guests to the greater Memphis region where innovation, industry, and culture all meet on the banks of the Mississippi River. We like to say that Memphis is Culture City. We're known across the world for our music, food, and movement, but our innovative spirit has also shaped some of the biggest and most important economic ideas on the planet. From overnight delivery and self-serve auto parts to music technology and medical breakthroughs, Memphis is where creativity and culture turn ideas into industry. Strategically located within 600 miles of 2/3 of the United States population, Memphis is the logistics capital of the country, home to the Western Hemisphere's busiest cargo airport and FedEx, 5 Class 1 railroads, the 3rd busiest trucking corridor in the United States, and the 2nd busiest port on the Mississippi River. Memphis, quite literally, moves the world in goods, in culture, and in ideas. Our region is driving the future of advanced manufacturing, clean energy, and life sciences. From Ford's Blue Oval City EV campus to Amplify's energy innovation, and from XAI's Colossus supercomputer and water treatment facility to all of the life-changing breakthroughs at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, as well as our strong medical device industry. Memphis is where ideas become global impact. What makes our success possible is regional collaboration. Across Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas, we're building an economy that is connected, competitive, and innovative. Memphis anchors the digital delta, a growing tech ecosystem connecting innovation across the Mid-South. Together with EDGE, the Greater Memphis Chamber, the Mid-South Development District, StartCo, and partners across our region, we're building progress with purpose and advancing a regional economy that is driving our community forward. When you visit next May, you'll see what we already know. This is our era of yes. Yes to innovation. Yes to entrepreneurship. Yes to partnership. Yes to growth. We can't wait to welcome you to Memphis, a place where collaboration drives competitiveness and the future is being built every day.
Welcome back to the Antonio Parkinson Project. Watching the award-winning Best in Black visual podcast in the Memphis market.
Get it right.
Give it up.
Get it right.
Hey, look. I'm just gonna rapid fire my lovely co-host Angelica Woods and my DJ coach.
You even got to introduce me. No, I ain't introduced.
And then we got the mayor of Memphis in the
building. What up?
Hey, let's give it up for the mayor.
Come on now.
I told you I got to keep coming back, man. I like it over here.
Come on.
The mayor is breaking this stuff down.
Man, dropping bars.
Yeah.
Dropping bars up in here.
Angelica, before we jump into Glorilla, what you had a question? I'm sorry, I feel like I'm mistreating you tonight.
It's not even the momentum is gone, so it's gonna be misplaced. But
It was
anyway,
misplaced then, though.
no, it wasn't.
She said it didn't fit. You said it didn't fit.
No, because we talk about all the things you have to handle, all the things you have to manage. You're looking at the future, but how do you maintain your mental health? What do you do that you like? Because you cannot make sound decisions.
Yeah.
You say you talk about you listen to this side, that side, but what do you do for self to make sure you're making a sound decision? We're big on mental health. So how is your mental and what do you do?
My mental is good. I mean, I probably don't do enough for self. It's hard for me to unplug. But when I go home, I try to not look at social media as much, try and watch sports or something. My wife gets frustrated because I don't even want to see the news now. I'm like, man, turn the news off. I don't want to see it. No shade to all the news stations. I still rock with all y'all, but I just don't. I just can't consume it 24/7. I just want to, talk to the kids, hear about their day, show up to their games. I try and prioritize showing up to the places where they have games and events because I know that as they grow up, like these are years you don't get back. Like my daughter will never be 14 again. My son will never be 10 again. So, the moments that they have, I want to make sure that they remember dad was there. And, my mental is good because I'm a prayerful guy. Try and get up early, do a little workout, get a prayer in, get ready, take the kids, school, do all of that, and then go to the day. Go seize the day.
You know what? Plus, y'all, he got this book right here.
Now you want to cut the segment out, but I wanted to do it. Now you're gonna plug the book.
Praying for more when you're still full of shit. He got the book. So
the man can't read your title. I can't read your title out loud.
Yeah, man. But look, hey, that's important, man. I anecdotal story. One of the overriding reasons that I decided to retire was because Kirsten was 12 at the time, if I'm not mistaken. I said, I do not want to miss another day, man. Being in the fire department, being a state representative at the same time, and you do have to prioritize what's important.
Yep. Most definitely.
Bring it back.
You can't.
You cannot bring it back.
You don't get those years back, and they remember.
Oh God,
they remember these moments.
Who was it that said? I posted this on social media, but it said, the only person that is going to remember those 80-hour work weeks that you worked are your children.
Man, that's a hard line right there.
Think about
that's
that.
A bar.
Yeah.
That's a bar right there.
I remember I quit my job at Memphis Light Gas and Water when I was pregnant. I just said my child's not going to daycare where she can't speak up, and I quit my job. And everybody thought I was crazy, but you only get it once. I want to make sure she was taken care of. So.
Yeah, you didn't want to come out talking about voltage and watts.
I don't know. She might still talk
power,
that. Right.
Power
crisis mode all the time.
Speaking of power, shout out to MLGW during the storm.
They held it down. I was nervous. I was nervous the whole time.
They put in a lot of work to make sure that they happen. Like they work hard.
Yes.
Hey, shout out to Memphis Light Gas and Water because what's happening in Nashville right now?
Right.
Yeah.
Boy, the head of NES is catching it.
Oh yeah, I know. I've seen some of it, and I've watched some of the mayor of Nashville's press conferences and things. But our teams worked hard. I know folks were mad about the roads, but the problem with the roads was that we had temperatures that were below freezing for like 9 days straight. So every time they make some progress on the road, nighttime hits, it freezes back over. And then the plows don't work on ice. So we got to wait till it gets slushy again and come back on the same routes. And so it was just.
And they were salted and brine too.
And we did all of the pre-treatment. It just doesn't work on ice. And, they're having that problem all across the country. I just saw my friend and Philly mayor, Sherelle Parker. She's dealing with some of the same things up there.
They did a great job.
Yeah,
they worked hard.
They did.
They really did.
But speaking of nothing.
Oh God!
So I ain't got no segue for this. So Glorilla's sister.
Yes.
I think her name is Victoria Woods. Victoria Woods.
They call her
Scarface Woods.
She calls herself Scarface Woods.
Yeah.
I guess they call her Scarface. I'm not insulting you. Don't come from me.
Please, Lord.
Don't come from me, Victoria. But
I
she,
don't hear it all that yell. That was a lot of yelling.
She voiced her passion. No, that was more than opinion. That was passion about how she felt about her sister's success and what should be done with that success. And I think we got some video, Josh, on that video.
Oh, Lord.
One of my brothers called my mama, asking her for $40 to pay his phone bill. You got Rambo riding in nice cars. That's not our cousin. He riding in nice motherfucking cars. You damn right I'm obligated to something. This bitch want to sit here and talk about us sleeping with Red, and then she was telling the truth. You know, you used to be in the house. Flat air mattress, all this shit laying on the floor.
Damn, bitch, it was flat.
Mama used to cook us a big ass can of beans. No herb. And then y'all want to say, y'all said, how was our relationship before we started? Okay, it started from Gloss. That's how me and Gloria, we wasn't cool when she first hit, but it started from that Gloss bitch. And she ain't even cool with Gloss no more, because Gloss is a motherfucking snake. That's how the shit started with Gloss. But we were still going to, family functions, you know what I'm saying? But we weren't as close as we used to be, because she was standing up for Gloss, because Gloss was on some junky ass shit. Fuck. Oh, God. And she don't even fuck with the bitch no more. Now, I'm sick, bro. I'm sick of, you know what I'm saying? Y'all glorify this bitch. My mama still doing the clock and motherfucking FedEx. Now, the rent shit was about a year or two ago. Gloria.
50.
Yeah, I watched it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be really honest. Don't judge me. I watched the stream while I was live. I did.
Okay.
It was a lot of yelling. I can't do a lot of yelling, but
You watched it for 50 minutes.
I did. Yeah. I did. I was scrolling the comments.
She sent it to me. That's how I knew.
But no, I do my research for the show because he swear to nobody do no research or nothing. But anyways, I was looking at the comments. It just makes me feel. It makes me feel sad.
But let me ask a question.
It makes me feel sad.
Let me ask a question.
Yeah.
To those of you that are watching, our viewers,
do
you feel okay? How do we frame this? If
you come up or you make it, do you feel obligated to take care of your family or put them on? Pretty much. If you can take care of them, you can put them on now. Put them on, you put them in the business, they take care of themselves, or you take care of them and you pay all their bills. It's two different, unless I'm saying two different ways.
Well, yeah. Do you do you owe something to your family if you make it, right? Do you owe to give back to your family? Now, let's qualify family. We're not talking about your wife and the kids.
Yeah.
We're talking about their uncles and aunties.
Oh no, that's extreme. No, they're not going that far. It's just mama, daddy,
just
sisters,
depends
and
on how you
brothers in
grew
this
up.
situation.
They are the uncles and aunties. The brothers and sisters would be if Gloria had kids. Listen.
We talking about
But it's her
serious.
brothers
Let's talk
and
about
sisters.
now.
So with that, that's Glow's immediate
Brother, sister, mama,
the
dad.
mayor's immediate family and your immediate family would be your husband and your kids. That's your immediate family. Your sister, your twin.
That's my immediate family.
Yeah. I mean, I think it really just depends on the relationship, and everybody is an individual. I mean, I'm not definitely not getting into that one, but
how much money you giving Dorcas? Man? That's why
I was gonna ask you having your siblings. I was gonna ask you your siblings.
Hey, she working hard.
She
working hard. She working hard. She don't need my money. She don't need my money. But it just depends on their relationship, and I hope they smooth it over, man. I hate to see that happen because there's love underneath all of that. They mad, frustrated. It's love and trauma.
That's what I was gonna say.
They just got to work through it. Hopefully they'll work through it outside of social media and just.
Oh, it's over for that.
For now, man. They family. They family though. This a pass.
She'll probably get a reality show or something out of it. But Kojak, that's what you was gonna say, Kojak.
Yeah,
that's
I was
what you
gonna
always
say
say,
the same
Kojak.
thing. Trauma.
After the
I was
guest
gonna
answer,
say
that's what I was gonna say.
exactly what I was gonna say. But trauma, this is about trauma, man. I think she just need a hug. Glow, you go give her a hug, and then $2,500, and you out of there.
Yeah,
But then
because
you
that's all
really
she was asking for.
That's all she asked for was
But
$2,500.
too, you really don't know some people's financial situations. Not saying people flogged. When I moved to Memphis, y'all, he gonna clip me for this.
Yeah,
I have seen flogged into a whole nother level. Like it was mind blowing. Not saying
What you mean? What you mean, flogging?
like living beyond their means, putting on. You would see their
okay,
car
that
they
kind of
drive. You
flogging.
pull it to the
All
house,
right,
and they have some good $1,200 weave, and you like what? I not saying don't have where I'm at, but it's to another max. So you don't really know what she has. what she's dealing. You really don't know. I don't look at maybe because I do PR. I don't look at what you post. It may be something else going on. She might be tired. You don't know. You don't really know. That's how I feel.
You know.
don't
Some
know.
years ago, there was
You
a
don't
young
know.
lady. She was 19 years old. Never forget this. She was 19 years old. Charlie Caswell called me. He said, "Hey man, we got this girl, this young lady. She's 19. She just had a baby, and she's on her own, and she has an apartment, but she don't have any furniture. It was in Fraser." He said, "Man, come on, man, let's get together, man. Figure out a way to get this girl some furniture in there for her and her baby." I said, "Okay, cool." So we got her a house full of furniture. We pull, you know how we do. Pull all our folks together,
So
find a
nice.
way. Right? We got her a house full of furniture, and she was doing this television interview when she got that furniture, right? And she said this, and it blew my mind. It made me think, right? Because I hadn't thought on this. She's 19, right? She said, and she was obviously wise beyond her years. She said, a lot of my friends, like when they get their income taxes back or something like that, they'll be on social media, Facebook, balling in the club, this, that, and the other, showing their money off, this, that, and the other, and so on and so forth. Then she said this. Then when Christmas comes around, they don't have any money, but they won't get in line to get their kids toys because of how they've been presenting themselves on Facebook earlier in the year. Right? You see what I'm saying? And so to your point, Angelica, you never know the situation, but here's what I say. There's a book out there called A Framework to Understanding Poverty. You ever read that? You should read it. Oh, you should read that. By Ruby
Sounds
Payne.
like a great book.
By Ruby Payne. The framework to Understanding Poverty, it shows you these things, right? The habits of people that are in poverty. When I read it, it showed me so many with poverty mindset. The habits of people with a poverty mindset. When I read it, it showed me things. It exposed me for some of the things I used to do. Right, like, and this is one of the things it pointed out. if you take three people, one from poverty, one from wealth, one from middle class, I guess, one from wealth, and they each go to a restaurant. What is the thought process that comes out of it? Person from poverty, in a lot of cases, not all, will say, I got full. They're satisfied in that. Or you see buffets in a lot of the lower income areas. Think about that. Person from middle class will say, how did it taste? I like the way it tasted. I'm satisfied. Right? Those kind of restaurants. The person from wealth will say, oh my God, that's a beautiful presentation. And it'll only be a cube of meat, a leaf, and a little cherry drizzle sauce. And they will be just as happy and satisfied with what they got. Right? It's the mindset. One of the things that this is to the point of the video, it said in there was people from poverty, the habits of people from poverty is when they arrive and they move from poverty to another to upward mobility, they tend to go back and share all of the things that they've done, ball with the poor folks, and then get pulled right back down into the shit.
Well, it's just community. I mean, this is the community that you have survived with, and you want them to be able to rise. We look at Allen Iverson's documentary. I don't know if you've seen that. It's incredible. Like
look at people who won the lottery.
It's understandable.
Yeah, lottery.
I get it.
Lottery, right?
And the TLC show about people winning the lottery and they lottery to broke.
And then but they be in worse.
Before
winning the lottery than they were before they won the lottery. And it goes to, it said in that book, it said the resources that people need is not money first. It's mentorship.
Yeah, it's teaching them how to fish. You don't just give it to them. You let them start a business and invest in the business. And those are the things that I think really help to break that cycle when you are able to support your family, your friends, whoever it is in that way.
Yeah. And I think that's what Glorilla should do. I think that she should challenge her siblings to.
Who said she didn't have that conversation?
I ain't said what I'm about to say yet.
Okay.
Ma'am. So I think she should have that conversation with her siblings. I know I told you earlier. She should have that conversation with her siblings and challenge them to get through financial literacy courses, right? Graduate from them, and then tell her how they are going to grow the money that she puts in their hand. You see what I'm saying? To make more out of it. Speaking of growing money that puts in their hands, people are talking crazy, saying that we're going to lose the Grizzlies to Nashville. Are we losing the Grizzlies?
We're not losing the
Nashville?
Grizzlies. Nah, we're working hard. I mean, it was a story that came out in the Daily Memphian just a week ago where I gave a quote, and my quote was around the fact that Robert Pera and the Grizzlies leadership, they have demonstrated commitment to being here. Never once in our negotiations have they threatened to leave Memphis. And they have been working really hard, and I feel utmost confident. I'm a confident dude, but I feel the utmost confidence that we're going to be able to get it done.
That's good, man. That's good stuff. Because Nashville probably over there biting at the bit, slobbing. But so the Grizzlies, they look like they're going through a reset.
Oh yeah, man.
Triple J.
It's tough to see that, man. I hated to see Triple J go, man. He's such a great young man. See him all over the community. A lot of investment in Civil Rights Museum. I went to one of his camps just this summer, man. It was really, he had 21 kids, the best high school girls and the best high school boys, and they were playing, man. It was just cool seeing them getting out there, coaching them, showing them moves, and he's a great dude, and I know he's gonna do great things, and we can still claim him because we helped raise him here in Memphis.
Yeah, man.
19 when he got here.
And John Moran is still here.
John's still here.
Still here.
I'm holding out hope.
I'm
holding out hope. I think you can get it right. So
we don't know if it's going to be a full reset or what it's going to be, but we are thankful to have Memphis Grizzlies here, and we want them to continue to stay here. Shout out to Candace Stewart. Candace, shout out to Candace.
Only 30 cities in the world have an NBA team.
Think about
that. Like, I think we need to remember that.
Put it in perspective.
Only 30 cities in the world.
World
have an NBA team, and Memphis is one of them.
And if everybody's so concerned, go buy a ticket.
Right.
Lord, everybody buy a ticket. You're so concerned, and it's still the money. Buy a ticket.
So look, give us, man. Tell us what people can expect Tuesday for the State of the City address coming from Mayor Paul Young.
Well, I think what we want to do on Tuesday is really talk about where we've been, how far we've come, the challenges that we have in front of us. I don't want people to think that we think we've arrived, but I do want people to understand that we've made progress and we're making progress. The city is moving in the right direction, but I want people to understand that number I talked about with population loss going from 650,000 down to 615, we got to reverse that. We need to be moving in the other direction. So we'll talk about some of our challenges and some of the things that I think are going to change the city. So, I mentioned workforce, housing, some of those things. We'll dig into some of those during the speech. I'm looking forward to it.
This Tuesday.
This Tuesday, 5 o'clock at First Baptist Broad. Shout out to Pastor Keith Norman for hosting us.
Did you have to register? Or are you guys gonna let people in that didn't register?
We'll let you in, but it'd be great if you register, just so we know, because we want to know how many people to expect. But you don't have to register. You can pull up. Yeah.
They asked for registration.
Go to the city website. I think there's a pop-up on the page. So once you go on the city website, you'll see the registration for it.
I got a question.
But before you ask your question, we'll have the registration on our
we'll send you a link.
All of our social media and all our websites and stuff too.
For our listeners, how important is it to vote?
Man, voting is so important. I mean, you hear a lot of people that are complaining about the way things are.
Yeah.
When you don't vote, you almost don't get a say, or you're not making your voice heard. And so I think it's important that you vote. I think it's important you look these folks up, see what they've done. Don't let folks tell you they're going to do this and that, and then you look at their track record and they ain't done a thing. And if you hadn't done it before you got here, what makes you think he going to do it when they get the new job? You know what I'm saying?
With the new title.
With a new title. I mean, I think you look at the track record, and I think that everybody running should be able to point to their track record. So that's not dissing any individual. I said you need to be able to talk about what you've done to deserve to be placed in a different spot.
The difference between a politician and a servant.
That's it.
Well, first you got to register. You got to register. Yeah. And at the Hip Hop Lounge, February the 15th.
Shout out to the Hip Hop Lounge.
February the 15th.
I don't think you had me over there yet.
Don't tell him that. He'll bring you there tonight after the game.
Franklin.
Shout out to Keegan Franklin.
We're going to register folks at the Hip Hop Lounge. So y'all get ready February the 15th.
I thought we just share about these things on the show. Like we just.
And all the politicians, everybody come out, man. Y'all want to speak?
Yeah.
But look,
now you know.
Hey, but look, speaking of Keith,
no, you ain't.
We need you on the show, homie. Come on, pull up.
Yeah,
homie.
definitely pull up.
That's my guy too, man.
Yeah, he great.
He's a voice for real.
He really is.
Hey, man, anything else you want to
Nah,
take
man.
before we get out of here?
Yeah, I take a picture. Yeah, I got it.
Well, I wouldn't say take a picture, but hey, look, y'all, anything you want to say before you part?
No, man, I just want to say thank you, brother. I appreciate the opportunity to be on the platform. This is a great, relaxed environment, so I can just come in here, be myself. I know every time I start talking, you're like, I don't want politician Paul.
Right,
I want Paul from O'Caven. Yeah, but no, I love the platform, man. So thank you and appreciate all y'all for having
we greatly appreciate you, man. Shout out to your family, man. We send all our love to your family and your team. You know it's hard work.
Yes, praying for you.
Watching the fastest growing visual podcast in the Memphis market. It's the Antonio Parkinson Project. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next week. Josh.